Sandir Muhammad Masood, and in this edition of Nail Biter, I would try to take you down the memory lane and try to find out the origin of Ashes series. The Ashes series, which is basically played between Australia and England, it's basically associated with the pride of both the countries, and it's basically about sentiments and spirit that is basically connected with this Ashes series. Now, it all started way back in 1882 when Australia played with England. In fact, Australia were the visitors who visited England, and they played a one-year out there. And much to the shock and awe of the English fans and cricketers, the Aussies won that match very comfortably. Now, since English, or rather the England team, were the basically an arbiter of this game, of this gentleman's game, they were taken by surprise. They were taken aback as to how the people or the team who had introduced this game, who are basically the all in all of this game, got defeated by a visiting team like Australia. So this was not quite taken, or rather could not be digested, could not be appreciated by certain sections of English cricket fraternity. In fact, there were several articles coming up which were in a very soothing and in a very silent way trying to deplore such a defeat at the hands of the Aussie team. And there were several, one after another, there were articles and getting published. There were people coming up trying to show their, or rather express their resentment over the defeat of such a mighty team in the hands of the Aussie team. Now, this in turn was basically turned into a matter of sentiment and pride, rather than a match which was basically taken away by a better team. So there were certain sections which were trying to inflame this one-off incident of defeat of the English team, and there was this publication coming up which said that the ashes of the English defeat should be sent to Australia. There was a certain this sort of sentiment coming up. In fact, the defeat was associated with the ashes of the English team. After much deliberations and a little furor over the defeat, there was this small icon made. It was an ashes urn, a small, very little urn of that defeat of the English team, but on the hands of the Aussie team, was basically associated, or rather was trying to be put on par with the ashes of the English team. So there was this, as I said, there was this small urn which was basically tried and made by some of the cricketing stalwarts. There was this 3 to 4 centimeter small urn, and there was it looked like a small cup-like structure, and there was this. In fact, it looked similar to a vase, like a flower vase, and that was basically the small or urn of the ashes. Now, this ashes is basically played after every 2 years between Australia and England, and whoever wins this cup, or rather wins the Test series, it's basically 5-match Test series, and whoever wins it, that team retains the cup. In case of a draw or the tie between the two teams, the winner of the last or the previous Ashes series basically retained that cup. This showed that Aussies are basically the mighty or the winner of the Ashes series. Most of the times they have been having this upper hand over the English team, and they have at least won 30 matches out of 63 matches of under Ashes that has been played over these years.